What's up? We're here to talk about external rotation and a lot of people that have lack of control in that function in their shoulder. A lot of this stuff we do, whether it's Olympic lifting or kettlebell, we need stabilization overhead without internal rotation. We need a little external rotation for the lats to engage and stabilize that shoulder joint. If not, it's a loose area. We need to make sure that the rotator cuff musculature is working right to stabilize that shoulder joint. So basically, a lot of the exercises we see are people using bands, and down here you're getting external rotation of your humerus with the no money drill. A lot of people call it, that's pretty funny. Anyway, just like external rotation, trying to keep your elbows tight and just feeling this action. So external tension. The thing is, with kettlebell sport, we rarely have a lot of, basically overhead. The external rotation we want to teach people is above the head, okay? So I have a problem with only doing external rotation with your arms by your side. So what I've done is taken this band, this TheraBand, or you can use something different, but I think the TheraBands work pretty well as far as getting into it. And we're going to go up every couple inches and try to keep your external rotation going as the elbows elevate over the head. You're going to get to the point where you're going to have to rotate more inward, maybe overhead, and then we're going to rotate. We're going to try to bend that bar as we stabilize and lock out there. So we're trying to turn that elbow down. This gives us more. Then with the kettlebell, the Olympic bar is going to be out here. So the difference between that and the kettlebell is we need to have an alignment over the hip. So how I like to do that is take this band and you take it up higher. Make sure you're always check your bands. Make sure they're not going to come apart. So what happens is we want this motion when we're overhead. So basically I'm going to tie this guy on, come out here to, and then I'm going to externally rotate. Now I'm trying to, it's a little drastic because the weight is going that way now. It's not coming down, so I'm actually bringing my arm slightly away from the body. And externally rotating and holding in that position. So then I can be stable when I go above. I'm going to make sure I do it both arms. Now this, my left arm is not as good. So I'm trying to, I'm not just twisting the wrist, I'm actually bringing the elbow as far forward as I can. I feel a lot through down here, a lot in the shoulder joint. So my goal is to create that external rotation through the range of motion that we're trying to better. So basically right here, we don't have the barbell hold, we don't have an internal rotation, we don't have that kettlebell coming over our head and losing it was too heavy, coming down. We have an external rotation and a lock. Whether that's for jerk or whether that's for snatch. So I want to lock that once the weight becomes from zero, it doesn't, from tension to not tension to tension again. I want to catch it locked. I want to predict where this is going to have all the weight right there. And I want to be able to lock that. I don't want to waste energy though. I don't want to be too tight. I don't want to act like I'm doing 70-pound kettlebell snatch when it's only 44. So there you go. So try the external rotation when you're moving through the range of motion and see how your stability ends up in a couple weeks.